Welcome to Factor 50 Football, episode 31. Well, it's finally happened. Over 2 decades living off the Invincibles legacy, trying to find their way back to the top. Back in December 2019, Arsenal opted to put their trust in the unproven Mikel Arteta, a rookie manager with no real top job experience, but one of their own. Back-to-back 8th place finishes meant Arteta was soon under pressure, and there was a point during the COVID season where plenty of Arsenal fans wanted him gone. But Arteta said, trust the process. That process led to 3 back-to-back second-place finishes. They became the nearly men, or to some, the bottlers. People question whether this team had the mentality to actually get over the line, and yet here we are. 1-0 to the Arsenal is well and truly back. Some will argue whether this side stacked up to past champions, especially with their style of play. But I promise you, not a single Arsenal fan cares today. North London forever is ringing out across England and all parts of the globe. Because after 22 years of waiting, Arsenal are Premier League champions. Congratulations, Michael Grantham.
Come on. Champions. Oh,
He's
man.
just stopped crying to make it with us here today.
What makes you think I've stopped?
Just puffy-eyed over there. Did you like that intro,
Oh, my
mate?
God.
It was classy. I mean, classy.
That was good. Yeah, that was pretty good. I know you. I could feel you trying to bait me a little bit with the bottlers and all trying to live up to past glories. But no, it was good. That was a good intro.
Good. I was sort of hoping it would make you cry again, but hey, here we are.
I was tearing up when you started talking about the Invincibles, and it doesn't take a lot to make me cry, though, does it? So.
No, it doesn't. So how does it feel, mate? Literally Premier League champions after 20 years. That is mad, isn't it?
I don't really know yet. It's not settled in. It just feels insane. Actually, I'll tell you, weirdly, I had this probably like half an hour or so after the full-time whistle last night. We're recording this Wednesday morning, listener. So the City game finished last night. And I can't remember what I was doing. Probably crying. But I was like, I felt like a kid again on Christmas morning. You know, when you just like have that unbridled, like tingly joy and like excitement. And I felt like a kid again on Christmas morning. That's the closest thing I could think of as to sort of how I felt. Because the last time we did win the league, I was a kid. I was 13, 2004. So yeah, I've never experienced Arsenal winning the league as a grown adult, and it is mad. It feels incredible. I'm just happy for all of my mates who are Arsenal fans. Not that I have loads of mates, but
John,
all the people that I know, like basically just John. But just all the Arsenal fans, the players who have been there for ages, and Arteta as well. Like, they've had to deal with a lot of stick, right, in finishing second 3 times in a row. I'm just glad that it's the first one, kind of the monkeys off their back, and hopefully now we can go on and do something even more special, possibly the greatest season in the history of the club in 10 days' time. But for now, I'm happy just celebrating what we've done. Yeah. What a time to be alive. How does it feel as a neutral? Like, what's your overarching feeling?
My overarching feeling, I think it was disappointment that it wasn't funny enough for me, because I really wanted you to absolutely.
I know you were begging for City to win it, weren't you?
I think, all the neutrals, well, most of the neutrals were just because it's funny, but that's it. And I think when you step back in now, you go,
funny enough.
You guys did deserve to win it. So I'm not happy, but I'm actually more disappointed to go down to the final day of the season. I think Man City let the Premier League down, but like, come on, we want a final day. Epic.
You might say they bottled it a little bit, Adam. Would you say they bottled it?
I did see like a few things on social media, like Eze had the bottle and stuff like that. And
yeah. I mean, I think in the build-up or in the anticipation of it, I'm thinking about, we keep receipts, Arsenal fans. We've got fucking long memories. And you're thinking about rubbing it in the faces of all the dickheads who, like that prick with the Man City fan with the bottle in the crowd and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it happens, and like you don't care about that anymore. You're so happy for your people, for Arsenal fans, for the players, for the staff, for the manager. Like you kind of forget about once you've won it, you kind of forget about all the piss taking and it
Part
kind
of
of
the
becomes
course.
irrelevant.
If you're at the
Yeah,
top and people are,
you got a
piss
tiger on your
taking,
back, haven't you?
exactly. It's part of
Mm.
being there. One thing that came to my mind, probably not, but winning the title by somebody else not winning, so like Man City drawing last night,
Like not when you're on the pitch.
not when you're on the pitch. That's not the ideal one, is it? You want to win it during a game. Like game finishes, boom, mad scenes on the pitch, all that sort of stuff. Like,
Yeah, you want it
yeah,
to be the night before Burnley at home. That
yeah.
like win that and you're champions. That would be the ideal scenario. But well, actually, the ideal scenario would be have won it 6 weeks ago. Like, but yeah, like it doesn't for me anyway. It didn't take anything away from it because you still get that moment where the final whistle blows and you're deliriously screaming at the TV and celebrating, which Bev has videos of. I think apparently
Nice.
she was like sticking the camera around the corner of the door, like recording me sat on the sofa crying and screaming and during the last 10 minutes or so of that game. But it doesn't. Yeah, I would have liked for it to have been at the Emirates, like, or even the last day of the season against Palace at Selhurst Park. But if you're asking me, would I have taken what happened or go to the last day of the season and have that most nervous, chronic, sickening 90 minutes of our lives? I'd just take whichever comes first. Like I'd have it this way.
Yeah, okay. No, I get that. Okay, I wanted to throw a couple of questions out there now that you've won the title. So what do you think were a couple of the most important moments in the season that's led to you to win?
I think there's a few. This season, one thing I would say about this season is it feels like it's been about 6 years long.
It does feel a long
So
season,
I'm
doesn't
trying
it?
to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think back to, and also we've played like more games than we've ever played in a season before, so it's hard to remember. I remember the start of the season was hard. We had like our first 3 away games. You away, you were here. That was the first day of the season. Remember, you watched it here.
Yeah, we
Remember that?
played really, really well.
Yeah, yeah.
Our only game under Amarin that we played well.
It was so that was our first away game. We had, I think, Liverpool away after that, then Newcastle away, which has been a really tough place for us to go, and City at home. I think those 4 were like 4 of our first 6 or 7 games, and we got through. I think the Newcastle one was the last one, and we were 1-0 down late on. Marino scored the equaliser in like the 80th minute, and Gabriel scored a late winner from a corner, from a header. And that felt pretty big because then we'd got off to a good start. I think we had like 13 points from the first 5 or 6 games or something, which with those fixtures is a good start. So that Newcastle late win was probably the first moment you're like, oh, that feels like something like teams who are going to win the league would do. So early on that one, and then later in the season, it's hard on a personal level to look past the Everton home game because I was there. When we played well and we created chances and stuff, but Everton were good as well. And we scored that. Gyökeres scored in, I think it was like 88 or 89th minute. And then Max Dowman scored that second goal. That felt big because I think that was also just before an international break. So like if we'd gone into that big gap, having dropped points, that would have been annoying. So that felt big. And then more recently, I guess, the Newcastle 1-0 at home, which was like a diabolical game, but just getting through that after having lost to City and to Bournemouth, that was big. And then obviously the 96 minute at West Ham, the VAR,
Yeah,
the VAR call was gigantic. So obviously Trossard's goal and the VAR ruling West Ham's goal, correctly ruling West Ham's goal out. Yeah, off the top of my head, they feel like the biggest moments in the season.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I
there's
think
loads of
so.
others. I'm sure I've forgotten some. But.
Everyone gets Regency bias, but yeah, the VAR really came to mind.
Well, the later ones, in the season feel bigger because it's like
Yeah.
the business end of the season now.
Business. Okay, well,
Business.
give me your best player of the season, and then also your most, the underrated player, someone who's gone slightly under the radar, who's contributed massively
Ooh,
to you winning the title.
best player. Do I have to pick one?
One only. Oh, I want to pick them
Uh,
all because I love them all so much. Fuck off.
I do love them all so much. There was a merch drop, an Arsenal. We love a merch drop. There was a merch drop last night, and I've already bought the hoodie, which says Champions 25-26, and it's got the whole squad list on the back. I bought that straight
You're a
away.
35-year-old man. You
I
can't
was
go
literally
around
like,
wearing that.
take my money, take it.
Oh my
So I've got that on
God.
pre-order.
It's like a leavers hoodie when you leave school. Can't keep wearing it.
No, mate, it says champions. Just want to remind everyone. The reason I say I want to pick more than one is because I think the reason we've won the league is our squad. There's there are individuals, but there's not been a standout like Mo Salah for Liverpool last season. He won on the league. Haaland's goals the season before won on the league. We don't have that one absolute superstar, but what we do have is the biggest and best squad. Biggest as in broadest talent-wise squad in the league, and I think that's the reason we've won it. If I have to pick an individual,
You do.
it's between two for me. I'll go for Declan Rice, I think, because the other one you would strongly dislike because my other one's David Raya.
Can't
Because
think of goalkeeper's your best player.
honestly, if you watch the highlight reel of his some of his best saves this season, they are unbelievable, and a lot of them come at big. We're 1-0 up or it's 0-0, or big moments in games. It's not just we're 3-0 up and they've had a pot shot and he's pulled off a worldie of a save for the cameras. A lot of his big saves this season have been when there's something on the line because you win a lot of games 3-4 5-0. A lot of the games we win.
Really? 1-0.
Yeah, did you not know? 1-0 to the Arsenal, mate. I think it's 9 times this season we've won 1-0. So a lot of the big saves he's made have been saves that have literally won us points. So that's why I would have him up there. But maybe I'd give the edge to Declan Rice just because of he can influence the game everywhere. Obviously, Raya can only do one thing. Well, no, he does lots of things, but he's a defensive player. Although it's weird because he does contribute to our build-up. But anyway, let's not get tactical. Declan Rice impacts the game everywhere. Wherever he is, he makes good stuff happen. If he's sitting deeper and he's having to mop the ball up, he'll do that all day long. He's done that recently since the City game. He's moved a little bit deeper and since we brought Miles into midfield. And he's just been unbelievable. He's like a magnet for the ball. When the opposition have got it, he'll just go and win it back. He can score goals. His corners are unbelievable. His set piece delivery is unbelievable. He just does not stop running. So, yeah, if I had to pick one player, I'd pick Rice. But there's so many who deserve a shout out. Underrated player. I think he's really rated, but we kind of just take it for granted. William Saliba is just every single game 8 or 9 out of 10, sometimes a 10.
Gabriel stole the headlines, hasn't he, this year because of his heading. So yeah, Saliba's
Yeah,
gone
the threat he delivers from set pieces has put him more to the forefront. But actually, before that, I think he was underrated as well. But William Saliba just quietly kind of just goes about his business, and he just makes it look effortless because he reads the game so well. He's so dominant against anyone. He's quick, so he can just shut players down. He can track back. Physically, he's a monster. And he's not just a brute of a centre back. He's amazing on the ball as well. When we build up, he's like our first playmaker. He's the guy who's picking the pass into midfield. I feel like if you put someone else in our back four now, they would really stick out as not being very good. Put anyone there because he's just done that job so unbelievably well. And I found myself at times just being like, yeah, that's just what he does. He's just skinned 3 attackers and played it into Saka on the right wing and set up an attack because he just does that. And I feel like we take it for granted.
Weird backstory for Saliba as well. I remember when you bought him, went on loan, everyone's like, what's happening? Is he actually any good? Or has he been a massive flop and he's never going to play for you? And all of a sudden, he's one of the best defenders in the world. I don't understand it.
Yeah. £27 million for I think he was 18
Yeah.
when we signed him. And this was obviously, 2020? I can't remember. 5-6 years ago. And then, goes out on loan, and it's like, is he going to come back? I think he had 2 loan spells.
Yeah.
And then the second one, which was to Marseille, there was like most Arsenal journalists were reporting like he's probably not coming back to Arsenal.
Yeah. That's
And
what I
then the
thought.
22-23 season, away at Palace, I think it was our first game of the season. And Ben White had moved to right back in that first game, and Saliba was starting centre back. And from there, like, that didn't change. Like, Ben White has been a right back since that moment, and credit to him because he's obviously adapted. But that's because William Saliba has just been so unbelievably good. So
Amazing.
I would give him underrated player.
I did want to make a point about Declan Rice actually. So I agree. I think he's been amazing. Like, he just plays every game. Like, very rarely gets taken off either. Like, engine on is amazing. But I remember when Declan Rice signed for Arsenal, because he could essentially have gone anywhere. Declan Rice at that point, he was the hottest property in the Premier League.
Yeah, and everyone knew he was leaving as well, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And when he went to you, I was like, that's an odd choice. You're going to a club who has not won a trophy in God knows how long. Like, that's a massive risk. But at the
It was
time,
only 3 years at the time. Wasn't that long?
quite a long time. But obviously, Man City were apparently reportedly into him, and if you want to guarantee trophies, you just go to City, right? You just guarantee to get trophies. So again, I think fair play for Declan Rice, and probably for Mikel Arteta, is obviously sold him the dream here, that he's gone there and he's delivered the Premier League title. Like, what a career Declan Rice is having. He won
Yeah.
the European trophy with West Ham on his final game. He comes to Arsenal, best player in the squad, wins your first Premier League in 22 years, and now also has the opportunity of winning the Champions League. Fuck it. I really hope this year.
And the World Cup with England.
I was
right?
about to say that.
Right.
I really hope this year Declan Rice fucking. I mean, he's going to be knackered, but keep going, boys.
Run him into the ground.
Yeah,
it is
absolutely.
a concern. Like, what state is like him and Saka going to be at the start of next season? Jesus Christ.
Well, the good thing about Saka
he's
had a bit of injury, so he had a bit of time off. So not been playing as many games.
Yeah, but like, time off injured. He's not like putting his feet up as he's rehabbing. But yeah, he's been incredible, and I think he was a massive part of the reason, or he was probably most of the reason West Ham won that trophy. He's a huge part of why we've won this trophy, and hopefully go on and win lots more trophies. He's just like I don't know, he can just do everything so well. At West Ham, he was always a little bit limited because he was just used defensively. But since he's come to Arsenal, like, he's not let off the lead because he's still rock solid defensively. But he's just shown he can do every part of football. Like, if you were building a dream team, just give me 11 Declan Rices, you win the league.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's great.
Can do everything. Yeah.
Okay then. So, like, obviously the recent news as well since we were last on the podcast, it looks like it's not been actually confirmed by Pep.
Bye.
It looks like he might be going. I actually think there's a chance he's going to stay. But
really? Do you?
Yeah, I do. Because he keeps saying I'm going to talk to and I reckon they might try and convince him, look, one last season, win the Premier League, go out on that. But at this point in time, it looks like Pep is going to leave. So what a fucking opportunity for Arsenal to potentially go and dominate the Premier League. 2 questions. One, do you think you could win, 2-3 Premier League trophies? And second of all, what do you reckon you need to sign to really assert your dominance in the summer?
Yes, we can win lots of trophies. Firstly, because, like you say, we think about the rivals. Chelsea, bit of a mess. Actually, why did I start with Chelsea there? City, probably main rival, are in the process of rebuilding anyway, even if Pep is there for another year. But if he leaves, then obviously there's a big sort of transition process for them. And also the 100, I don't know why I bother mentioning it, but the 115 charges at some point, maybe they'll get looked at and there'll be a result of that coming. So they're in a bit of, state of flux. Liverpool, previous champions, spend £500 million and get significantly worse, and their squad is a mess. Is Slot staying? Are they going to stick with him? Who knows? So they've got a big rebuild on their hands. United, much better this season. How are they going to cope with Europe next season? Is Carrick the right guy to deliver all that stuff? It's a huge transfer window for United, and how well they do with that will influence what happens next season. Who else? Chelsea. Obviously, they've got ridiculous amounts of money that they're just seemingly allowed to spend whenever they like. But I think Alonso, we'll get to this in a bit, won't we? But Alonso, I think, is a good appointment. But they've got a squad full of children, it seems, with no real experienced heads, and their form is in the tour. I know they beat Spurs last night, but I reckon we could probably take to the pitch and beat Spurs. So you look at the state of our rivals, there is a big chance here for us to go and win 2 or 3 in a row. And the other reason we can do it is because the squad that we've got, they're all coming into their like prime years. Saka's 24, Rice is 27, Saliba's 24, Gabriel's 28, Raya's 30, Gyökeres is 28. You know, they're all getting to that age where this is like winning time. They're all at their peak, all at the right time. And it's not like, okay, this is the last year for this guy and this guy. They all feel like they're at the right age. So they're all signed up to new contracts, and they're all at a good age to either stay as good as they are or get better. So why not? Why could we not? A great age.
A great age.
So yeah, I think we can. I'm not saying we're going to or it's nailed on or anything, but I think we should. I think they're good enough to, like, they deserve a period of winning now. We've put in the legwork, 3 years in a row, runners up. Let's go win a load of shit.
Okay. So we had a question in our WhatsApp group from Blake, who is a Manchester United supporter.
Boo.
And his question was, would this team, Arsenal team, beat any of the previous Premier League champions? And I guess what he was getting at was, yeah, you've won the league, but you've been playing shite. Or
he's just trying to discredit us, isn't he? Bless him.
But realistically, where does this team stack up against previous champions?
The thing with like generational stuff is it's so hard to compare, like, because the league you're playing in is different. So like the City 100-point team are playing in a very different league to the league now. The question would be for me, like, could that team play the same way in the Premier League now that we're competing in? So you're comparing two different things. In terms of like overall quality, we've not got as many points, but I think the quality of the league now is better than it was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So I don't know, is the honest answer. I think some of our best players are as good, if not better, than their best players. But that City team was unbelievable. Who else? Like the Invincible team? I don't know. That would be a good. I'd love to see that game. That'd be great. United's treble winners, and like probably one of the best teams in the history of the league.
08, 09 as well for United, where we won the.
Yeah, they were arguably better, weren't they? That team, and that's the thing. Like they're competing in a different. Yeah, and Berbatov as well, wasn't it? That was the front four. So yeah, I don't know how to answer it. I'm going to say yes because I'm an Arsenal fan.
Yeah. I think it all comes down to, doesn't it? It's like your defense first team with Mikel, and you manage risk. So there's been times where you've played. Well, the stats show how many times you've won 1-0. Like, keep it tight, nick the game. So maybe not been as great on the eye as other teams, but certainly still as effective. Yes.
The one thing that I would say is, yes, we're organised, good in transitions, solid defensively first, but I don't think the plan has ever been to leave it at that. I just don't think we've really found in the transfer market somebody of that like elite level, like a Haaland or a Salah, who's available yet, and maybe this summer there will be. But I don't think Mikel Arteta is deliberately not buying that player. I just don't really think that player exists at the moment or is available at the moment. Maybe this summer it will change because PSG have got a load of unbelievable attackers. They don't all start every game. Real Madrid, they're in a bit of trouble. There's a couple of attackers there you'd take in a heartbeat. So maybe we can get one of them. I know you asked the question, I completely ignored it, about who we should sign. If we can get one, last summer we did the volume. We bought the squad players to bulk out the squad and bring us the title, which has worked and has proven to be the right thing to do. This summer, for me, it's just about star quality. One player, maybe two players, and I would go left wing. I would say left wing. If we can get Kvaratskhelia from PSG, and that's pretty unlikely, but that kind of player for the left wing, I think it would take the games that we win 1-0 and make them 3 or 4-0, because he'll score you a goal out of nothing and break a game open. And then once the game is open, the other players start to get more space and you start banging in the goals. I think that's the difference between like a rock solid team who grind out results and a team who are winning by 2 or 3 goals.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So it's simple. Just go and buy like the best left wing in the world. Easy.
Yeah, it's football manager stuff, isn't it?
Exactly.
Okay, it feels like we should just do a brief look into Champions League final as well for you. So you've got the chance to make it, honestly, the best season ever probably in Arsenal's history if you win the Champions League. But you are playing against a PSG team who look absolutely on fire. Can you give us a score prediction? What you think that game will be?
8-0 Arsenal. No, I think it will be a classic 1-0 to Arsenal.
Do you reckon?
I think we would have learned lessons.
Stop all their players from scoring goals.
Yeah. They last season they beat us because Donnarumma made like 3 world-class saves, and he's not there anymore. We're a year more experienced, especially in the Champions League. We're unbeaten in the Champions League. I would really like to have Timber back, but it doesn't look. If he is back, he's not going to have played much before the Champions League final, so I don't know whether you'd start him anyway. Because he's brilliant one-on-one, and he was really good against Kvaratskhelia last season. But yeah, I think we'll shut them down, and I would love it if we won it 1-0 with like a goal from a corner, or an own goal from a corner, or something like that. Yeah, I believe that we'll do it. They'll nick it 1-0. I just think we've got much more of a chance winning the Champions League after having won the Premier League now, because the confidence is going to be through the roof. Like, these guys walk onto that pitch now, Premier League champions. They are winners now. Go and fucking win the Champions League.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking huge. It's going to be huge.
What's your prediction for the Champions League final?
Well, as we know for our predictions game, I am very, very bad at predicting.
Yeah, if you can predict a PSG win, that's a great sign for us.
Yeah, I think you'll do it, but I don't know if that's because you just won the Premier League and it's like a bit of bias. I think PSG are the best attacking team in the world at the moment, and you're the best defensive team in the world. So it'll be interesting to find out.
It's going to be it's going to be interesting. Their midfield is unbelievable, but physically not the best. Like, if we can get Rice, Lewis Skelly, Zubamendi, whoever's playing in there, if we can get them running through their midfield, we will score goals, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you're asking me, can we score against their defense or can they score against our defense? Like, I think we're better going forward than they are defending. Obviously, they're really good going forwards as well, but we're elite at defending. So I'd give us. I think PSG will start as favourites. I do think, like, you play the game 10 times, they'll probably win 6, would win 4. But I just think the confidence of the players has to be like through the roof now. So come on. And also we got the Palace game now. Doesn't matter. So we can just rest everyone and try and get fresh for the final. So
yeah, it's big.
Feeling good. Yeah.
Okay. Usually at this point we'd move on to United, but we won 3-2. We'll come back round to that at the end. I think there's been bigger stories since we've been away.
So much has happened.
So much has happened. So I guess we've sort of done Pep leaving with you talking about it.
What do you think about that? You said you don't think he's going to leave? You think 1 more year?
I don't know. I just feel like why everyone's come out saying, he's going to leave. He's going to leave. And obviously, some of the biggest journalists in the world have reported it. So you go, okay, there's no
David
drama,
Ornstein
right?
tweeted it.
Yeah,
It's got to be happening.
but even Pep just hasn't admitted it yet, which I guess he probably wouldn't want to in the run up to potentially trying to win the league. But I just think it's a bit weird. He's got a 1 year contract left. He's got 1 year left on the contract. Just see the contract out and then you go.
Mm.
So I think it's
I wonder.
time.
Do you think it's anything to do with the fact that he knows some sort of outcome is coming, and he's like, right, get me out of there
It's
now,
not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout
because he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be there. Maybe. Who knows?
I think that will come into play. I think he will ask the owners, like, what do you think the chances are? Because he's come out and said that before in press conferences and said, look, I've been assured that we've done nothing wrong. That's why I'm still looking. So if it's looking like they're going to get some sort of significant penalty, then you'll probably want a bit of distance there.
They've also got, obviously, Maresca is lined up to replace him,
which I think is mental.
It's weird, right?
Why Maresca?
But is he going to sit there for another year, waiting for Pep to piss off, or is he going to go and get a different job? Who knows?
Am I the only one who's surprised? But I know there's backstory there because Maresca used to work with Pep.
Yeah.
And I know some of the Chelsea players have come out and really backed Maresca after he got sacked and said, I don't know why we fired him. We had a good coach. But he wasn't smashing it at Chelsea. And he was weird at Leicester. You've said it before. He's a weird manager. A
weird guy.
I'm surprised they've gone.
Pep's weird as well, isn't he?
Yeah, but Pep is genius level weird, whereas Maresca is just a weird bloke down the pub.
You've got to be winning. You've got to be world class if you want to be that weird.
Yeah, like Arteta, weird as hell, but he's just won the Premier League, so he can do it.
Yeah.
Maresca,
no, I completely agree. I find it weird as well. I think they could get a better replacement, but I think the Chelsea thing is really hard to judge him because that is just a dumpster fire of a football club. And he's got no control. Like, they're just bringing players in and out and throwing players left and right and centre. And I think anyone would struggle to get results and manage that club, like, in a kind of organised, sensible way where you're progressing year on year. Because every season they're like, let's get 10 players out, 10 players in, spend £500 million. And so I think judging him based on how he did at Chelsea it's hard to get an accurate read because they're just chaos. I think if he went into, the reason City want him is because he's like the closest analogue to Pep that there is around. And obviously he's got the history of working under Pep. And also he looks exactly the same as Pep, so they can just carry on as normal.
Yeah. I'm going to make a point now, which I might cut from the podcast, because this makes me sound a bit like a mix between Joe Barton and Sam Allardyce.
You sure you want to say this?
I don't know. So Maresca's gone from Leicester to Chelsea, and now he's going to Man City. Let's say a manager, English manager, brings up Leicester back into the Premier League, somehow gets given the Chelsea job, gets fired from that Chelsea job. I can't see that they're going to end up as a Man City manager. Now, I know that's really broad and black and white, but it's an odd journey, which I don't think many English managers would say they're not given the opportunity to do that. Is that a mental thing to say?
I don't know. I mean, there aren't that many top quality English managers, are there, really? Like,
but they would say they're not being given a chance. Or if they fail at one place, they're immediately written off.
I think the only reason Maresca is like lined up for the City job is probably because he's worked with Pep, and Pep has probably said, like, this is the guy you should take. You should have this guy, and obviously he's now available. Whereas, like, Arteta's not available, Luis Enrique is not available, Ancelotti is not available. So I think he's probably been kind of shoehorned in by Pep and handpicked to take over. I'm not sure if he had no connection to City whatsoever. He'd just done the Leicester job and the Chelsea job. I don't think he'd be in line for the City job. If he was English, I'm not sure it'd make much of a difference.
Fair point.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
See what people think. So off the back of that, then, so we're talking about Maresca. Alonso has been confirmed as Chelsea manager, which you said earlier on, which I fully agree. like amazing hire for Chelsea. Again, I can't believe Alonso has made the decision to go to Chelsea when they are in.
Yeah,
They're not going to be in any European football next year. So similar situation to what we're in this year.
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, the owners are fucking mental. Like I said, the squad's in
yeah.
disarray. It's
He'll be
I
given
can't,
no time whatsoever. Like if he starts slowly, he'll be sacked by November. Like,
and I think everyone
yeah,
thought that okay, Alonso's going to be the next Liverpool manager. Which, from what I'm hearing from Liverpool fans, they're now fuming because it almost guarantees they're going to keep Arne Slot on. But if they
yeah,
keep
yeah,
Arne Slot and Arne Slot's sacked early next year, and now Alonso's at Chelsea,
yeah.
you've missed your chance.
Feels like that timing would have been good to get
Yeah,
Alonso in. Like, say, I don't know, has Slot got a year left on his contract or something? Or
I
they
don't
could make
know.
the decision to sack him, couldn't they?
Yeah,
But feels like that would have been the right time to do it if they were going to do it. But they've obviously chosen to stick with Slot. But it would be really, really funny if they go, yeah, Slot's our guy. Kind of a bit Eric Ten Hag-y,
Ten Hag, yeah.
where they go, this is our guy, this is our guy, give him all summer, and then start the next season badly and sack him immediately. Like,
Yeah.
the Slot's under such pressure. If he loses like a couple of games early next season, he's going to get sacked, isn't he?
The fans do not want him in. The fans do not want him in. And
Yeah, which
when
is
it's
mad.
that,
He won them the league last season. Come
yeah.
on.
But I think it's come down to more of well, the amount of games they've lost this year is phenomenal.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, they have been rubbish this year. Yeah,
is it 20 games or something they've lost across?
I think it's in all competitions. I think they lost 20
That's
games. Yeah,
mad. And
it's
I
like
think the
12
big
in the league, is it?
yeah, and the biggest issue is obviously the style of play. One thing we probably
Yeah.
also need to talk about is Salah's um uh,
Oh
statement
yeah,
on social media.
explosive statement. Yeah, basically
Yeah.
just slagging Slot off. That wasn't it?
Yeah. What do you think about that? Is Salah, why has Salah done it? Is he in the right? Is he being an absolute prick?
Well, I think he's fallen out with Slot at some point this season. It seems, and I don't know. He's kind of. I feel like he's leaving a bit of a bad taste because he's been leaving obviously in the summer. I don't know whether he's just a bit bitter about having been dropped this season, or I don't know what it is. But he clearly doesn't like Slot anymore, or
The
they've
worst
fallen
bit
out,
was
or
all the
something.
other players who liked it or commented that are
Have
at
they?
Liverpool. Yeah, loads of Liverpool players who liked and
That's
commented it.
not a great thing. But it is very like it's not. I wouldn't even say it's very veiled, is it? It's pretty openly
Oh yeah.
slagging Arne Slot off.
It was so blatant that I'm trying to get this manager sacked. It feels like the
Yeah,
board had a conversation privately, the players, and they go, look, we need to make sure this guy's not here next year. Salah, you're our sort of leader. You're not going to be here next
yeah.
year. So you can say what you
You've got
want
the most
anyway.
influence.
Fans love you, so it doesn't matter what you say, you can get away with it. And they'll know the fan sentiment. They're not
Yeah,
idiots. No, the fans won't want there. So Salah can come out and blatantly put that post out to increase the pressure, and all the players liking and commenting it basically confirms that it was pre-planned and Slots lost the dressing room. That's exactly what's
yeah.
happened.
It's not a good look, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was Slot, I would just not play him in the last game. Be like, well, fuck
Yeah.
you. I
I,
might be out. You might get rid of me. I'm going to ruin your send off. You're not going to get one.
I definitely wouldn't start him. No chance.
Yeah. I don't think
Put
he
him.
he didn't start the last game, did he?
No,
Salah? I think he was
he's
on the
not been
bench.
he's not been starting really. But
Mm,
I might bring him on as like literally 5 minutes to go. Go on and have your little clap round. But
yeah.
we know
It's not.
Salah. There is a chance Salah could cause a bit of a a to do on the pitch. We saw it with Klopp when Klopp was. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
True.
I don't know. I think
I think
Salah's been a
players just
massive
get to
dick.
that level, don't they? Where they feel like they're bigger than the manager, not bigger than the club, but like, walking around like they fucking own the place. And
Yeah,
he's been there so long and done so much for the club. And he is a club, rightly so. He's an absolute legend of the club. But it kind of, you should still respect your boss. You should still respect it's not like Arne Slot's not trying. I'm not saying he's done well, but he's still trying to win games. And having players behave like that is probably part of the reason why they're not winning
yeah,
games. So,
yeah. As you
yeah,
know, I think Salah's overrated anyway, and he's a
you do,
massive
don't you?
bellend. So
Yeah, I don't think
yeah,
if I was his manager, I'd be majorly pissed off with that. So,
yeah, okay,
not
okay,
cool, Mo.
not cool at all. The next thing on the list is our good friend Southampton Football Club.
Spygate.
Oh,
What a story.
What a story.
This is mental.
So we break it down. So before the playoff game, Southampton sent somebody to spy on Middlesbrough training, basically to report back and go, okay, this is what they're going to set up like, or this is what they're practicing. That happens. It gets reported before they play the playoff semi-final, which second leg, which Southampton win 1-0. So Southampton
It's
at this
2-1, I think.
point, was it 2-1? Sorry, Southampton win 2-1.
Maybe. I might be wrong.
Okay. Well, Southampton win the game, and then that means they're into the playoff final. And then it gets reported that, okay, well, whoever the powers to be are looking into it, and there might be sanctions. And now they've come out and said that, okay, Southampton, you're kicked out of the playoffs, and I think it's a 3-point deduction for next year.
4-point deduction next year.
4-point deduction for next year. Fucking hell. One, do you think it's the correct decision? And two, could it be handled better?
It could definitely be handled better. I was talking to Bev actually about it because she saw like an article and she was like, "What's this Spygate thing?" That first of all, like the fans have bought their tickets to the final. I think they've got 35,000 tickets.
There was a
I
guy
think
on
they
Twitter
were
going
told.
mad.
Yeah, I think they were told like it could be rearranged or it could change. So don't buy a ticket if you can't.
Go.
You know, well, yeah, and so your ticket, travel, flights. Some people are probably flying, I guess, to London to watch the game, accommodation, all that, and that's going to have to be rearranged or cancelled. And I don't know whether you're going to get your money back. That's for 35,000 fans, and then you've got like the whole debate about, well, if Southampton are kicked out, do Wrexham, who finished 7th, get into the playoffs? And then, like, do they have a case to appeal? And it's like, how far down how far down do you go? And then you've also got the controversy of like, if this was it the manager or was it one member of staff acting out and doing his own thing? And like the players, obviously, they didn't do it. So I read a story that they're going to be seeking legal action against Southampton because
loss of earnings.
If they'd gone up, like they'd all get pay rises, they'd all get higher profiles, they'd have better media deals and sponsorship deals and stuff because they'd be Premier League players rather than Championship players. So like the knock-on effect of kicking them out is absolutely gigantic. I don't really see how you work all that out. Middlesbrough's fans, obviously, they're now booking tickets to the final, presumably. But then if Southampton appeal it and that gets upheld and it goes back to Southampton, like then you've got Middlesbrough fans who have booked travel and tickets, and then you might have Southampton fans who have booked, cancelled, and now are trying to book again. Like it's carnage.
Madness.
And I don't know whether it's the right thing. I think Southampton, the one thing that I think about it is, what's the fucking point of like spying on? You're in the playoff final. You've had a 46 game season. Just watch some of their like Middlesbrough's old games.
All their games are recorded.
Why do you need to look at it? Yeah, it's all recorded extensively. Why do you need a bloke with an iPhone?
Yeah,
filming some
behind
like
a tree as well.
Yeah, that picture is so funny of like a guy with his headphones in and like a little iPhone zooming in, presumably like times 10, some grainy little footage from an iPhone of what are you going to see? Like, oh yeah, they are they're doing some rondos over there. They're passing the ball about. Yeah. Now they're stood in formation. Yeah, their left back is actually at left back. Their centre forward's at centre forward. Yeah. What benefit are you gaining? And the funniest thing is, they've done it. I don't know if you saw when they were investigating, they've admitted to doing it 3 times before. So they've done it during the season.
Oh wow!
So they did it against a game against Oxford, someone else, and then the Middlesbrough one.
I wish all of the game that we went to see.
Yeah, all of the games they didn't win anyway. So what have you gained from doing your little spying thing? It's just mad. Why the risk reward? To doing this. What's the fucking point? So I don't know. I can't say whether I think it's the right punishment. I do think they should be punished, but I don't see how the EFL like sort all that out because it's just chaos, isn't it?
Yeah, it is absolutely insane. So I think
do you think they should be? Do you think it's the right outcome?
I don't know. Like, I was trying to figure out, because obviously Marco Bielsa got done for this, didn't he, when he was at Leeds?
He did, yeah.
For spying. But I think it was a 200 grand fine is what they got, which Bielsa paid himself, apparently.
Okay.
So it feels massively disproportionate, but the stakes were higher because it was a playoff game. So, yeah, you're going to need to be punished. I just felt like the game between them and Middlesbrough should have been postponed before this, and then it was sorted out there and then. Because
the second leg, yeah.
That is the issue. It's like Southampton are through, but now they're not through it yet. And like everything you said about the fans is correct. It is insane. It's insane. Yeah. Okay. Relegation battle. Final day of the season.
It is going down to the final day, after all.
I know. Which
happy days.
I think West Ham have got a shout. They got a shout, you know?
They got a shout.
So West Ham are at home against Leeds and Spurs are at home against Everton. So obviously West Ham need to win and hope that Tottenham lose. If Tottenham win or draw, they stay up. So
yeah,
I think West Ham have got a shout.
They have got a shout. I think they'll beat Leeds.
Yeah, I think they will as well.
And then it comes down to whether Spurs can get anything against Everton. But Everton have still potentially, I think, got a chance of Europe.
Yeah,
they can get in. Can they get in the top 8? Can they? Yeah. They're 12th, but they are. Yeah, they're 3 points behind 8th, so they can still get Europe.
Looks unlikely,
and Spurs are. Yeah, it would be tough for them to get it. But then if the way the European qualification works now, if Villa win the Europa League tonight, 6th place get Champions League, and then the Europa League goes a place down, and the Conference League goes a place down. So it could be 9th that get you. I think it could be 9 teams in Europe next season. So Everton have got something to play for, and Spurs are diabolically shit at home. So
yeah,
it could happen. I still think West Ham are probably favourites to go down.
Yeah,
but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun last day of the season.
What a amazing end to the season for Arsenal fans if Spurs go down as well.
Can you imagine if Man City were in a relegation battle and you just won the league, and your last day of the season you could just sit and watch them potentially get relegated?
Oh, it would be so fun. So fun.
Oh.
I'm doing a family barbecue for my birthday on that day as well.
There's
football on all the time. It's going to be great.
That is glorious.
We don't have time to talk about Man United, which, considering this is an Arsenal Man United.
We don't do it.
The Mbeumo thing, it was a handball. It should have been given a handball. Carrick's been signed on a 2-year deal. Don't think it's the right decision. And Fernandes equals the assist record. Covered, done.
Job done. That's pretty much it. We're going to do a roundup, aren't we, of the season next week, and we'll go into more depth about United's season and our predictions. Look at our predictions from the start of the season and see how they got on compared to how we thought they would get on.
Yeah. And now it's time to look at predictions, and
the big one.
This has been a great podcast for you, mate, because now you've won 2 titles. Because you have
I've
won
done the double.
Prediction. You've won the prediction games as well. I really want to take it to the last game of the season.
You needed a perfect score or something, didn't you? Or like you need one more point to take it to last day.
Yeah, one more point. I needed one more point to take it to the last season, but no, not this time. So United versus Forest, I went 2-0 United. Got the right result, I guess, but not the right scoreline. You went 3-1, so we were very close to a perfect score.
That was close.
So a point each, and then Arsenal versus Burnley. You went 1-0 to the Arsenal, so 3 points for you, perfect score. And I went.
Did I go 1-0?
You went 1-0.
Oh, winner.
Oh no, sorry,
Excellent.
No, you didn't go 1-0. You went 3-0. So 1 point.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then I went.
We take it. It's fine.
Point to me. So 28 points to you overall, 20 to me, which now means I can't come back because it's
insurmountable.
So
you need to do a forfeit.
Forfeits are here. So whatever that forfeit is, I need to do.
I'll think of something for next week.
I think we were saying like Zorb football or something, but it might be a bit much to organise.
You stand there and I'll just absolutely nail you in a Zorb football.
It's not my stag do now. Come on, guys. But yeah, so if anyone else does have any more suggestions for forfeits, you've got your last chance this week to get them in. Before Mike decides what we're going to go for. Okay. Well, Mike, do you want to sign off for this podcast? Considering you
are we not predicting the last week? No? Or are we just going to leave it there? We're calling it there?
Fuck it. I give up.
Okay,
Stupid.
we'll call it there. Yeah.
Call it there.
Yeah, I'll sign off. No one listens to this bit, so fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're not a fan of Arsenal, shove it up your arse.
But please like and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you're following on all the platforms. No, thank you for listening. What a season it has been, Arsenal fans. Not so great if you're fans of clubs down the bottom of the table, but there's still a lot to play for. Champions League final to come, and we're in for a big summer, aren't we? It's going to be a pretty interesting summer. Lots of clubs are going through huge transitions, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We're going to do listen next week because we're going to do a review of the season, including a summary of our predictions and how terribly wrong we were. And then we're going to do like a big fat quiz of the season as well. So tune in. We've got more stuff coming and a World Cup for us to go and win. So come on. But first and foremost, let's just all bask in Arsenal's glory. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Everyone. Thanks. Bye.